Alright. Now, optimally, we would be able to get... Oh wait, that... Fortress Foundation? This old fortress is barely more than a shell. I thought it was called something else before, but I could be wrong. But yeah, if we ever get, that many, that's pretty much the maximum there, I believe. So, yeah, plenty of room, but for right now, we shall live contentedly in Fort Gallier. Let me think. Oh, that supports 32. That supports 32. Upkeep 42. Yeah, 94, 25, 94, 50. So actually, I just could have gone ahead and secured this one and done it, and yeah, well, whatever. A few extra points is not going to make that big a deal, and this is nicer because it's a fort. It's more fortification-y. Yeah, let's go exploring. Where shall we explore? We've not been here. There is a tiny roadside shelter here, made to serve as an emergency stop for travelers. Of course, it's anybody's guess what could be in there. Oops, I forgot to put that sword away. Oh well, not a big deal. Ah! There's the thing! Oh, well, you're different. Oh, and you're fleet. Okay. Oh, well, you ended your turn. A worm! Well then. I don't know why I did that since nobody was hurt. Also, it was nearly dead. Well. Okay. I guess that's all that was here. So now we are at leisure to explore. Well, those are some nice flowers. There's a sign. Come on, read it. Please be courteous and leave the shelter as clean as you found it. Royal Highway Commission. Well, the sign is very, very old. Yeah. Oh, come on, go up to the door. There we go. Oh, hi. Didn't I see you at the party? Let's light your fire bit. We'll light that for you. We command the powers of fire. What the hell do you want? Yeah. We already... He's combat focused, and I've got enough combatants that really I'm just looking for laborers. Okay then. I'm not seeing a whole lot much else, but that's okay. I guess we shall depart. It's a nice little place, just, you know. Not what we're looking for. Let's see. This supports 25. So, that's kind of a downgrade for us. What about this young trail? It's young and fresh and fancy-free. This forest trail is littered with young growth, as though it was cleared within the last several years. It's a little dark and spooky. Excuse me. see mushrooms. Oh, I see things. Oh, that's a thing. Oh, that's a thing without a head. Hi! Ow. That stings. You're a... Oh. Ah! He made me scared. Okay. Well, I think we need to get rid of that Wendigo as soon as possible. Fortunately. This would be a great time for greening. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, of course. Nope. Stop eating the corpses. Oh, I'm entangled. Whoops. I'm not going to get very far very fast. Mushrooms! Mushrooms and angry things. Oh, well, that's interesting. I'll explore that in a little bit. Everybody stay close. Well, there's nothing here after all. Oh, a mangled tree. There's a mangled, scraggy tree standing here with barely any branches on it. Can we, like... Can we take it... Let's take it home and put, like, decorations on it. We'll have a Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, okay. Or we'll just... Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Oh! Uh-oh. What did Nazar say? If we live through this, you owe me a beer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zombies! Okay, fall back a bit. Get organized here. Not actually where I wanted him to go, but it doesn't matter, because he's ranged. Yeah. Leave Nazar alone. He should be safe. Okay. And he's not, so. After you, I guess. Oh, forgot about that one there. We should probably get rid of you. Not standby. Good enough. Ah, he fumbled. Yay. Wasn't too awful bad. Signpost. Storm shelter. So there's a bunch of zombies in a storm shelter. What's inside? Oh, hi there. Who are you? This man is dressed in rags. His eyes are sparks of bloody red, and his lips are pulled taut by large fangs. It is very obvious that he is a vampire. Got through all of them zombers, did ya? Cute. He turns his head and spits on the floor, then adjusts his crotch, blatantly sizing you up. Well, I won't mess with you. If you've taken this road, you must be heading east, right? Frico controls the pass heading that way. Lucky for you, Frico and I, we're real good. You want to see Frico? I can get you in. Hell, that's why good old Byrne is here, to guide folks like you to his frilly magnificence. I gotta wait here till someone wants to go, so tell me if you're in. So are you ready to go and see the magnificent Frico? The estate's a way off yet. Of course, bit of a hike, you see, but if you're ready to go, we'll be off. Because that... apparently that uses the recruit mechanics? I'm not sure about this one. But at least it sounds like they will wait for me until I'm ready to go, so... Ah! More headless people. And zombies. Oh, what are you doing way back there, big guy? Can you reach? Yes. Nope. I should have moved him forward more. Oh well. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's gonna... okay. There's a blue thingy. Oh, another Wendigo. Wendigo. We're gonna try a different tactic here. Oops. That's weird. Ah, fine. Oh, good. That makes things easier. Oh, shit. I need to get Iger in there now. Ah! Should have had to do a safe move. Oops. That didn't work. Well, it did, but it didn't. Alright. That was a little messy. Yeah, I think we will. Just to be on the safe side. Oh, I just fucking banged my head on something. Probably a tree. No wonder he's a Giga Jack and chops down all the trees, so he's not bumping his head on them all the time. Stop running into trees, Paul. Alright. If there's a few unbroken bottles remaining in this dead man's satchel. He's not so dead. Well. Nope. Put that back. Over there. Can't reach. Okay, what are you anyway? Oh, wow. Okay. That's valuable. Yeah, it didn't take long. Alright. Yeah, we'll grab... Oh, grab that. Put it there. Stop being so clumsy. Alright. So, that's that. Alright, that's that. So let us get out of these woods and this young trail with, I guess, an old vampire and old corpses and... Yay. Catching up is always good. Let's see. He is pure labor. Yeah, since he's just a laborer. What is he? He's lawful. So yeah, it's actually really important that he just sticks to his path. And let's see. Nope. What does that give you? Mule. Yeah, unfortunately that's not going to be very helpful. He's lawful, so that's all the labor he gets. But I kinda, sorta want to see him a little bit more combatant focused than laborer focused. So what does that give him? Oh, he's got another point. So let's see. Let's focus on a little bit of guard. Too bad that won't give him 6 points, but you know, it's whatever. Now where shall we go? How about we get rid of some inventory? Alright, that's enough of that. Now, where shall we go? Watchtower, hideaway. Let's check out this place here. After we save. This old archive is holding up fairly well, despite some obvious charring on the outside walls. Is this gonna be like, what is that place? Ashes of a Burned Village? Is this gonna be full of everything is on... Oh, okay, we're indoors. That's promising. There. Oh, it's locked. Okay. Well, we have a key for that. So what have we got in here? We've got a plush vest. And... what else do we find? A sumptuous garden. And a salvaged mantra. Okay. And I believe that's all we're going to find in here. Continuing on. Well, at least we can light the lights. No interesting books for us to read? You know, besides Sumptuous Garden and Salvage Mantra, I guess? Oh, wait. Notable naval battles. Oh, come on, go to it. There we go. This book details a series of historic naval battles. Most of the accounts are sterile and matter-of-fact, but there is a proud declaration that Lucat's navy is never defeated in their home waters, and judging by the records here, that appears to be true. There is conjecture that this fact is quite vexing for other nations who would like to seize Lucat's strategic position as a crossroads of several profitable trade routes. Interesting information. A gossip pamphlet. This pamphlet follows the announcement of Queen Glamig Kosova's betrothal to the popular war hero Maxim Sparto. Wasn't that the statue we saw before? I forget. According to the pamphlet, the engagement is much celebrated as Sparto is well loved with a long list of commendations and accomplishments. The pamphlet goes on to mention that several prominent tailors have already begun vying for the prestigious honor of designing Her Royal Majesty's wedding dress. There are several flattering drawings of orc women wearing elaborate gowns, as the author hypothesizes on these tailors' trademark style trademark styles and what their gowns might look like. Plague on the Slope. This book details the discovery of a plague outbreak in a small peat mining township at the foot of the Black Glass Mountains. There had been another plague some 30 years prior, so many people still had vivid memories of the suffering it caused and were scared of what a second plague could do to them. The book says that Queen Glamig ordered... I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Queen Glamig ordered a quarantine and a purge of the township. This decision was controversial, but the plague was contained, and the death toll was apparently minimal in comparison to the first plague. I wonder if that's what we witnessed. The Old Law. This book details the way in which traditional Orcish laws apply differently to men and women. Due to the fact that birth rates of girls are very low in orcs, and the female portion of the population is only about 10%, there are special provisions for protecting women and girls, even from the application of the law. Any orc woman who is capable of producing children is granted immunity to any legal reprimand that could influence her ability to produce or raise said children. This includes, but is not limited to, incarceration, execution, and most forms of capital punishment. In all such cases, an orc man must serve the punishment in proxy. The man selected will be one deemed important to the woman, so as to best punish her for the indicted offense. An orc woman retains this legal immunity for as long as she is capable of and willing to have more children. Any orc woman who has raised 2 daughters to adulthood shall enjoy this immunity for the rest of her life, regardless of her childbearing choices. In order to facilitate the birth of girls, any male children may, at the mother's option, be surrendered permanently and without penalty to military training schools where they will be raised to be productive members of orc society. A monetary compensation will be provided to the mother for children surrendered in this fashion. Any boy or man whose actions directly or indirectly cause a woman to suffer death or damage to her ability to bear children shall suffer death as punishment. An orc woman who has not yet raised 2 daughters shall be prohibited from engaging in any profession which prevents her from having children or which presents a great risk of injury to her person. An orc woman who has not yet raised 2 daughters and who is not currently raising a daughter who willfully destroys her ability to have children shall suffer death as a punishment. Yikes. Just making sure I'm not missing any books. Hey, more lanterns to light. Hi! Hey, more books. I'm going to talk to you in a minute, but I'm perusing your library. Oh. Paul, move for a second. I want to read that. List of damages. This book is detailing monetary losses and death counts. During the purge, fire spread to the peat mines and ignited them. This resulted in the destruction of the island's primary source of peat, the release of toxic gases from deep underground. Yeah, it tasted like ramen. No, not the toxic gases. Well, I guess that could be a release of a toxic gas. Anyway, the release of toxic gases from deep underground and an unpredictable wildfire that ran the breadth of the Nightwood Forest. Thousands of people lost their lives or their homes to the fires directly, and thousands more fell to banditry, overcrowding, and exposure. The overall death count in the aftermath of what the author calls the Burnfoot March is much, much higher than the death count of both plagues combined. I think we visited that place. That is a book, Paul. This book appears to have transcripts of arguments held in the capital courts over how to appease the public for the events of the Burnfoot March. It is widely agreed that Glamig's decision to purge the beplagued township was short-sighted and that the responsibility falls on her, but the question of how to deal with this is hotly debated. One party calls for her head, saying that only the Queen's execution can possibly atone for all the deaths she has caused. But another party, mainly proponents of traditional orcish laws, argue that Spartil must serve her punishment in proxy. Oh. Spartil is popular with both parties, and is clearly not responsible for the issues at hand. The arguments put forth for both sides are passionate and heated. Accusations of racism are levied against both sides, with the human-led party calling for the Queen's death, and the orc-led party calling for the death of Spartil. Wow. Fun mess there. A collection of missives. This is not a formal printing so much as the ravings of a frantic author. He is detailing the beginning of a civil war on Lucat. In response to the contentious issue of Glamig's responsibility for the Burnfoot March, an orc named Luke Beauregard was sentenced in proxy. Most people were insulted by this gesture. He was largely unknown and thus deemed to be of minimal worth to the Queen, and the fact that a proxy was given was a tacit admission of guilt. The populace became restless, and Queen Glamig Kosovo was eventually beaten to death by an angry mob that arose in the capital. Ooh, grisly. Many assumed that Sparta would arise to fill her position, but he had disappeared entirely, and the nations of Sarath and Crest were now flooding in, both trying to gain power in the unrest. The author of these missives also detail a dramatic increase of disappearances at sea, with the tides growing progressively less hospitable. The author speculates that Sarath is somehow responsible for this, but fails to explain exactly how. Interesting. So hi there, madman. Looters? Not much valuable here unless you're looking for history. Found some particularly interesting material regarding the fall of the Old Kingdom. I've already read it all, of course. Take a look, and don't mind me. I sleep here, but I make no real claim to the building. Oh, if you have your heart set on looting, there is that locked room over there, I suppose. I haven't found a key, so I have no idea what's inside. If you think you can get in, go ahead. I'm Vankin, by the way. I'll just hang out here, if you don't mind. This place is the best shelter I've found so far, and there are enough books to keep me reading for the rest of my life. And who knows, maybe I'll discover something truly amazing. Probably not, though. Anyway, if you do find your way into that room, let me know what you find. You can have it, of course, but I am terribly curious. I like him. He's sophisticated. It's a shame all these books are historical. As much as I love plumbing the depths of history, it would be nice to read something frivolous for a change. Oh, well, you know, we have something frivolous right here. Give him your copy of The Sumptuous Garden? Sure. What have you got there now? The Sumptuous Garden? I've never heard of this book. Let's see. Vankin flips over to the middle of the book and reads a passage. Corrolf flexed his rough-hewn abs, and Milda found herself being guided to her soft bed by the sheer force of Corrolf's undulating midsection. She parted her thighs in anticipation, exposing the soft green petals of her... Oh. Well, this is not what I was expecting, but it's certainly diverting, I'll give you that. I feel like I shouldn't be reading it with you standing here, however, so I'll just hold on to that for later. Thank you, I think. Let me give you a little something for it. A glass jewel. That book is quite a shock, I must say. Did you find it in the locked room? We sure did. I've been in this archive for months. I could survive here indefinitely, I suppose, but I admit it's been growing somewhat tedious, and I'm not sure what I will do if my health fails or if I become injured. Perhaps it's time for a change of pace. Well, why don't you come with us? I'm sure we'll find some more interesting things to read somewhere else. You know, I was thinking the same thing. It would be grand to have someone to talk to. Yes, marvelous. I'm sure you'll have plenty of interesting tales to tell. So he seems like a pretty cool sort. And we're just gonna exit from here.